Hey everybody. So bit of oh my god, bit of news in this off season. Um Today Geoff Collins come out with an interview. Tech started spring practice recently, which I never knew. I mean, I was looking and everything for news about that, but didn't wasn't able to find any. But I find this out by going on to the Georgia Tech Athletics page on YouTube and seeing his after practice post interview. So originally it was pushed back uh, because of COVID. Our players had COVID. Well, I guess they're over it because I heard this news like last week. So I don't know. But anyway, hopefully all that's going away because the vaccine's coming out. Um, and everybody in the state of Georgia can get it now if they want to over the age of 16 or something. So hopefully that's a thing of the past. But I wanted to look at the interview with Coach Collins today, see what he's got to say about our practice and everything like that. So let's take a look at this.
Yeah, it felt really good to be back out there. The hard work that these guys have put in the off season, just really proud of them. It's fun to be able to coach them out here, playing some ball. Really good day. First one, out of tremendous amount of respect for our men's basketball program, winning the ACC tournament.
Yep, shout out to our basketball program, ACC champs, but we did get knocked out in the first round, so that sucks. And women's basketball, Sweet 16.
The way they competed, the way they fought, the fun group to watch.
Student football now.
And just since we got back in January, we did 4 weeks where they were on their own discretionary workouts. The culture, the leadership that we have in this program, the guys handled that really, really well. Then we went into a 4-week phase with our strength and conditioning staff. And again, they did a tremendous job. Luke Caralla, head strength and conditioning coach. We brought in 3 new strength coaches that have done a great job.
So I've been watching Twitter and everything of the Georgia Tech football, and it looks like they've been having a lot of fun and doing a lot of workouts. It looks like they're grinding pretty hard, and sounds like what they did was work on their own a few weeks, and then now they're working with the team. So they looked like they were in pretty good shape, and I don't know.
Obviously, we've got a ton of returning production from last year and even some that have been with us now for 2 years that have done a lot of great things.
Yeah, we have one of the top
about where they are
classes with top seniors returning and all that.
Work ethic, everything that we talk about in this program. And then in January, we were able to add 13 new guys to the program that got here.
Yeah, so this is what I'm excited about. I'll say it. I'll make a video on it talking about it or whatever, but Coach Collins has filled in the spots where we are weakest with not recruits, but not only that, but talent from the portal. So this class wasn't quite as good as the recruiting class from last year, but what he didn't get in recruits, he made up for bringing in the portal and positions that we really needed some more production in, like wide receiver, kicker, line of scrimmage positions and stuff like that. So no, he knows what he's doing as far as what positions need to be filled. And it's exciting that he brings in from the portal, because these players have already experienced. One of the things that hurt us big time was being so young and inexperienced team. Well, you bring in these guys from the portal that have already had reps on these other teams. We got a guy from Northwestern, our kickers from Tennessee. These are experienced guys. It's exciting to it's like an immediate boost in your depth, and it's pretty exciting to watch. To going to see that. I think that's going to give us a huge boost this year. Of course, you can't rely on it too much, but I think Coach Collins is doing it the right way. Still a solid recruiting class, but and I think I'm not worried about recruiting this year. It was 40 something nationally. Yeah, I'm not worried about that as much because we got because of what we got coming in from the portal. So
Weird time. I hadn't met all of them in person, which is a first for me as a coach, having guys arrive on campus. But the work that our recruiting staff did, Patrick Suttis, Karina Hargraves, Thomas Greer.
So he's talking about the guys that we got from the portal, and I know Coach Collins is kind of hard to listen to talk. He's like he talks like Batman or something. He's like Coach Orgeron Jr. Bear with me here.
This question comes from Zach Klein from WSB TV.
So my coach is one of those that pretty much is notorious or has a little bit of notoriety of for being doing some coach speak. Basically speaks a lot without saying anything really. So kind of annoying to hear at times. Not annoying, but it's just like if he doesn't want to answer something, he's not going to answer it. So there is a couple things in this interview he said that I want to talk about at least. So
Coach, good morning. Just wondering, has a major core philosophy about spring ball changed from your first one back in Temple in 2017 to today, and how you approach the spring?
So anybody that has been out here, the last two springs in particular, we would try to create as much chaos and as much mayhem and ridiculous tempos and transitions and those kind of things. The energy piece, the effort piece, our guys have got down. The thing that we really focus on today is just the attention to detail, having intentional focus on every single drill, every single thing that we were doing. And the guys that have been in this program for 2 years, it was noticeable. And, I think the biggest thing right now is the culture set, the energy.
There he goes. Focus, relentless.
Time to really focus in on all the details.
Culture, drive, power.
Step in the development of our program.
So just a quick follow-up. So that was the energy, the passion, the excitement, those levels. You had to instill that culture when you first got to Tech, but now everybody knows that what it's about.
Yep.
It's about. So that's the big change, I guess. You don't have to
100%. And then too, you guys have been out here before. A lot of times there were things that would just be we'd have to play music to get the energy and to get the vibe right. Today, when we went team periods and even 7-on-7 team blitzes, we cut the music, let them play, but the energy, the effort was still there. But the focus piece, the attention to detail piece, got to take another step in that direction and really.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about a little bit. Basically, at least what he needs to be doing, at least my idea of what he's doing is luring in the recruits with the whole, oh yeah, we're a fun guy team, we have to do fun stuff, and we jerk around and have so much fun on this team. Yeah, we are so fun. We're fun guys, and we like to get down and have fun. But so he starts out. My idea, or at least how it should be, is you lure them in with all this crap about how much fun you have, and then you start. You know what I mean? Like then you start cutting the music off, and you start because you don't want to be. Look at Alabama; they have the most successful program ever, and look at the way that Coach Saban coaches his team. Okay, and then look at Miami. You know what I mean? You want to have a disciplined, strict team. It just works. It just works, and they will come. But when you suck. You got to start out letting them do the dumb Miami stuff, doing push-ups on the side or lifting weights on the sidelines, and yeah, we get clowned for that. But yeah, me and you think it's not cool, but 18-year-olds, they like to flex and show off, and that's just how it is. So basically, you got to start out letting them do this dumb crap, letting them play music and hear music during practice to get them all pumped up, but once you start getting them used to it, and you wanna phase that kind of crap out because it just looks bad. It's just not good. It doesn't lead to a good disciplined team. So this is actually this is something I liked. I was glad to hear because and it could be coach speak, but one of the big concerns I had with Coach Collins was discipline, and it's just nice to hear that. It's just nice to hear something like this. I think it might. I'm hoping that it's a microcosm of what is to come.
Excited about what we did today and moving forward as well.
Next question comes from Chris Vanini from The Athletic.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Geoff, WrestleMania is coming up, and Roman Reigns is once again the champion. He's obviously.
This guy asked him about some wrestler, WrestleMania. I don't watch that crap. I don't know what he's talking about. Apparently, some wrestler went to Georgia Tech. I don't know. Only wrestler I care about is the Green Bastard. If you guys know anything about that, we'll skip over this lame, dumb part.
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask you a little more about what you're telling Zach about attention to detail, and can you speak a little bit to kind of?
Yeah, let's get back to football.
Honestly, as you're trying to instill the culture, I'm guessing maybe you realize, okay, we can't quite drill as deep down on the details as we want to, but that's coming. Kind of, what are things you saw last year that okay, here's some details that we really want to address. Maybe what are some things today even that you were already
absolutely
okay? Let's.
Yeah. So, yep, I appreciate that, Ken. Did a deep dive into the penalties.
Yes.
We were one of the most penalized teams in the ACC, if not the country. Did a deep dive during the offseason on every single penalty, anything that was a consistent issue, investigated the why, did deep dives into everything. We've communicated it end on end to our players, how important it is, the pre-snap penalties and the post-snap penalties that hurt us. We had 8 officials out here at practice today, masked up, keeping their distance, but they were calling things at the end of practice. I read out each penalty that we had during the course of today's practice because we've got a chance to be really good, but it's the attention to detail pre-snap and post-snap that we've got to significantly improve in. Everybody in the organization is committed to it, players, coaches, everybody, and just having those dialogues throughout the off season, even today, really positive steps forward to getting better.
Yes, this is the best answer of the day. Okay, I love that he said this, because this is, like I said, one of my biggest things is discipline. And you know why we get penalized? Why we're the most penalized team ever? Because of discipline problems. And yeah, I know that last year it was COVID, had a young team. We got penalized a lot because we didn't have the spring practice. We didn't have this time to iron out that stuff. So I'm so happy that we got this time now. We can iron out crap like that, and we don't shoot ourselves in the foot and become our worst enemy. And I know he's a big time coach speaker, but man, I love this answer. This is great. If they realize that this is the problem, like that's the first step. You realize that the penalties are a problem. God, imagine no penalties. The Pitt game was awful with the penalties. It drove me crazy, especially penalties. And yeah, so penalties were one of the biggest things that I wanted to hear him talk about. Yes, and also turnovers, which he actually does address a little bit later on, which is cool.
If I can ask a follow-up, like, can you give me a sense of out of how many plays, how many penalties there were, and kind of what you thought?
Dumb question, dude. Come on.
Today,
right?
Like he's supposed to know how many.
I don't have the sheet on me. I read it off. I think it was 8 penalties on offense, 5 penalties on defense. But we're trying to get that number down, play really clean football, pre-snap, post-snap, and play really hard.
8 penalties. That's a lot. I don't know how long that played for, but damn.
Comes from Geoff Schultz from The Athletic.
Hey, Geoff.
Hey, Geoff. I know there's different kinds of penalties, obviously, but as a general rule, when you see a team commit a lot of penalties, what's that a sign of to you?
For us, we have to get better. We cannot hurt ourselves. We need to create
discipline,
margin, not give other teams margin. The moving the ball up and down the field, the making big plays on defense, all of those things we have to happen. Play really good, sound, fundamental football on both sides of the ball. but cannot hurt ourselves pre-snap and cannot hurt ourselves post-snap. And those are big things that we've talked about this entire offseason, and we'll continue to drill.
Now, another thing, he doesn't actually say the word discipline. I'd like to hear him be like, yeah, we're fixing to discipline our guys, which would be nice for him to hear. But in a roundabout way, he basically says it. It's just, that's, when you let your players run loose and wild, they get penalized, man. So that's, I'm sure he realizes it. He's the coach here, not me, but yeah, that's one thing that I really, really would like to see fixed. So.
Yeah, so the big thing is we've gone through every single one. We've addressed it with the team. We'll continue to educate them in all kinds of different ways in our meetings and when we have officials out here as practice as well, and continue to
like that they had officials out there calling them out. That's good.
On every single situation.
Dang, ACC officials though.
In a game, to make sure we're on point with that.
Next question from Kelly Quinlan.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Geoff. Jeff Sims obviously had a great freshman season.
Sure.
Kind of, what are you looking for the next step in his progression? And then also you have two new faces in that quarterback room when Demetrius moved over and then Shaden Perry.
Right.
Can you kind of talk about just what's going on in that quarterback room and then what you're looking for from
Sure.
Geoff?
And I think one of the biggest things is, and you guys have heard me talk about this, is how much Geoff loves watching tape, has come in, once we got back over the summer, really studied the playbook, and he's come in. And one of my favorite things about Geoff is he's so humble, has a tremendous amount of desire to get better in every single phase. And he goes through game after game with Coach Patnode and just the decisions that he made that he would self-admittedly not make again. Just the growth and maturity that he showed throughout the year. And you saw it today with his poise and his confidence and leading the offense, directing the offense, knowing where to go with the ball. One of the biggest pieces, and this goes back to the penalty piece, is the cadence, the points, the mic IDs, all of the things that a true freshman quarterback had to do last year. Just his comfort level and his confidence in being able to direct the offense, to move it, knowing where to go with the football, knowing where to go with the run game, just tremendous improvements in that area as well. And then as a follow-up, Demetrius Knight, I thought he did a.
So I like to hear that. Jeff Sims in the film room trying to fix his mistakes, realizing what he's doing wrong. The turnover problem is like one of the biggest things that turnover problem is one of the biggest things that killed us last year, man. It's like insane how badly a turnover can just ruin a game. So good to hear they're working on that. Of course, they're going to say they're working on that, but So that's a wrap on that interview. I thought it was a good interview. I just wanted to talk about it because I thought it was. Well, obviously, I'm like grasping at straws here in the off season to find anything that I can think of, anything, any news, anything. But I thought it was a good interview. It gives me hope. A lot of the things I've been seeing on Twitter, and that Coach Collins has been saying is giving me hope for this past season. You look at what we got from the portal, stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to this this upcoming season. I think we'll be much better. This is just it's making me feel pretty good. So I guess I liked it because all the issues that I had, all the like concerns, red flags, whatever that I had with our team going into the year, he talked about. So at least there's that. It just gives me a little peace of mind is all. That's all. Eases my worries a little bit, and now I feel a little bit more confident that of all the crap I've been talking, saying how good we're gonna be next year. Watch out for my Jackets this upcoming year, man. We're gonna be good. We're not gonna be at the bottom of the ACC winning 3 games anymore. We're just not. It's gonna be a good year for the Jackets coming up. I can feel it. So thanks for watching, and any other spring news and everything I'll be keeping up with. So I'll see you guys around later. Go Jackets.